All right, let's take a look at what's next. I was finished that because there's a part two. Here's parts the cabbage, Napa cabbage, okay? And you see as I'm grabbing it, it's all wilted. That means some of the salt is definitely in the water at the bottom because it is all soaked and salt for the moisture to be released. Now we had a big old tub full at first. Now we've made our way down. So I'm gonna rinse all of this, okay, so that I can get some of that salt off. Let me see, so I want to get a lot of the salt off. Actually, the reason is this is the first rinse of two of the cabbage heads. I didn't rinse all of them because I realized more moisture was in the cabbage, and that's not something I want because I want all the moisture out as much as possible. So I'm gonna finish this. Alright, now that I have all of this, I wringed out as much as I could, so this is what I'm left with, okay? Now that that's done, I have my green onion, I have my ginger, and I have my garlic. This is a baked potato, okay? I baked it in the oven. Usually I boil. This is the first time I decided to bake it because I baked a bunch of sweet potatoes. So I prepped this. This is already complete. And now that this is complete, I'm going to show you the next step. I also don't want to say forget not. Please let this dry out on the side for as much as you can. I'm going to put this in a strainer and I'm going to let this dry. Most likely, I'm going to let it dry for the next 2 to 3 hours. Knowing me, it'll be overnight because I'm not staying up too much later than this. What I did forget was to add onion. So I just chopped up some onion and I took the white bottoms of the green onion. These get put aside in a baggie overnight and put in the fridge because this will also be put in the fridge until I'm ready to prepare it tomorrow. Now I will mention, because this is part 2, that you will need some kimchi seasoning mix if you're vegan. Now that everything's in my blender, I'm going to put it on the base. If you couldn't tell, today has been a little bit raspy in my voice, so I've got some garlic and some honey. I'm going to eat a couple garlic cloves, and while we've been waiting, I have been making me a flu bomb. I've got my flu bomb, some water. I put the garlic in here already, and I put some manuka honey, and I'm stirring. But now for the hard-earned garlic. I'm going to put some of that lovely honey. There we go. I told you it takes about approximately 2 days to finish this. So I finished draining this overnight. You know, I left the cabbage out. Let the bacteria take care of it, okay? So I got my cabbage. This is what it looks like. Now I have that stuff that I made yesterday in the blender. I'm about to grab that. Alright, so make sure you have your gloves. Excuse me, I am looking a hot mess today. You know, it's just one of those days. I was out there doing yard work, so it's a beautiful day to do that, right? I'll be getting my suntan on. But you need a pair of gloves, okay? Because this pepper is no joke. Knowing me, I should really have a pair of goggles on again, because I definitely didn't get spared with that squirt in my eye with that juice from that jalapeno. I was being real. Make sure you got 2 32-ounce jars. Hopefully we're going to fill it all. Knowing this, process, these 2 will be completely full. This is in another bowl, okay? And I'm going to take this and start massaging it in. Go ahead and put the whole thing in. What else are you going to use this for? It's a ginger garlic paste with a potato. Now the potato I learned, because this is from Mama Kim's kimchi video. And over time you start tweaking it to yourself. I've never followed the recipe completely because I don't eat fish, seafood. So, no thanks. But, you know, to each its own. I am personally not a seafood fan, never have been. I don't think the last time I remember having lobster was when my mother was alive. And that was in 2000. It had to be anywhere between 1997 and 2003. So, I have not had any type of seafood since. If anything, it was always imitation crab. So it was never real. Never real? Nope. Now take this and massage it in. You're going to massage it in completely. Make sure it's all worked into all of the cabbage. The cabbage is pretty salty right now. You want to know why? It's been soaking in salt for hours. So it's fairly salty. This was on a strainer overnight. So there should be no moisture in this. It should be completely dry. The only moisture you want in this is what we're doing right now, which is mixing in the potato, which I was getting to. When you refrigerate potato, it becomes like anything, rice, but it depends on what you cook it in too. But certain things like garlic and onions and things are prebiotics. Okay, so this is why they mix these things into sauerkrauts and kimchis, because it helps promote the bacteria that we're looking for to make this a fermented thing. Now, yes, fermented things are so acidic. Supposedly, you know it's acidic. Spicy can bring acid. So there is, you know, something to think about. That's something you want to think about. There's something to do about that, though. It depends on your journey. Personally, we like kimchi that sits in the fridge for over 9 months. So I'm going to take this kimchi seasoning. It has a packet in there to keep it fresh. So you want to watch that packet doesn't fall in. Now I couldn't find the one, here it is, the one that I had that was already opened. The more you use, the spicier it is, buddy. It's still spicy even when you don't use the whole thing. So it's up to you. I've used the whole thing before and I've had regrets. I have had my regrets. People would not eat with me. People would not eat with me this kimchi because it's too spicy. Gochugaru is in this. It depends on which one you get. It's spicy. The more it sits, the more it's supposed to mellow out. No, honey. The more spicier it'll get. So, you know, let's make it flavorful. This is what you do. I want it all, honey. I want every last bit to be extremely red. So I'm gonna put the whole thing in. I couldn't find the old one, so I have some more to sprinkle onto stuff. This is going to marinate. It's going to make its own juices over time. I thought using less of this powder was going to help me, but it doesn't. It does not help. No, you don't need any more salt. The flavor is already in it. What else would you want me to answer? This is my fifth time making this. This may be my fourth time. And I've made this for the past 2.5 years. And this is the recipe I stuck to. And massage it in, please. Massage it in good. You want every bit of cabbage layered in that spicy powder, and have that lovely garlic. So this is what you do. You got this. I'm going to show you the bowl. In a second here. Okay. Here. This is my favorite kimchi. I have some in the fridge now. We're going to make kimchi pancakes with it. Here we go. Perfect. Remove that because this stuff gets messy. This, let's take the gloves and everything off of this. And you put your green onion in there. You cannot forget this step. Something was missing. It was a bit plain. I was looking like, you're going to taste the garlic regardless. But now that that's done, mix it in real quick. Whew. I was like, hold on. I'm going to cut up all that lovely green onion. Ooh, good. Good stuff. The good stuff was missing for a minute there. Well, they're going to run something over because I couldn't find that rod. We're going to make sure that rod is taken care of. I couldn't find it. I was trying to get the rod up. They're going to have to look for it. I'm not taking these gloves off until I fill these. And then I can run back there and see. Will I taste some of this right now? What time is it? It's 1:26. I just had a bowl of watermelon. Some people like their kimchi like this fresh. It's salty enough. Like, you want to taste the sweetness of the cabbage. Now, over time, it tastes vinegary. Salty and vinegary do not mix well. I've never wasted kimchi, besides once. I had too much. And the glass broke. The jar cracked. So good. It marinates in all this flavor. And the spicy picks up. Red stuff will stain you. Maybe out your garden. Oh, the red stuff. You gotta watch these companies. They ran over my blackberry vine that was planted here. Well, someone planted it for me. They got it from a lady's house they were working for on TaskRabbit. And that wasn't mine. So work and give and take. But this company, I don't think it's the same one. They ran over all of the beautiful vegetation on this land. And the lady next door who's been living here forever told me. She told me that. The neighbor, the man who lived here where I am, he kept it up, gorgeous. The company, whoever was hired, has always come and torn it. The company that was hired tore it up. They would just run over everything. Now I got a company who's not doing that. I came out and pulled those things out today because I don't want an ivy vine growing up my house. I started spiraling. It's gorgeous. Earwigs. I'm not a fan of earwigs. Now there is something on the side that I'm keeping my eye on. I'm gonna go spray some bug spray because I think it's a termite related business. Well, thank you all for watching. Here's my 2 jars. And yes, I do leave space because they expand and they grow over time. They start to marinate, but start to ferment. In the next 3 or 4 days, I'll take it off of the counter and throw it in the fridge. And I'll leave it in the fridge for a month, 2 months, and then however long it takes to finish it. Like, subscribe to my channel. Bless.